Get ready for big engines, bright berries, and a whole lot of fun. From the roar of the Tomah Tractor Pull to the juicy delights of Warrens Cranberry Festival, we're exploring Wisconsin's most festive celebrations. Let's go.
Hello and welcome to Discover Wisconsin. Our family grew up in Norwalk area, early 80s, moved to Tomah here. Dad bought this farm in the early 80s and we've been farming it ever since together. He had his hands in everything that involved community and work, between the John Deere dealerships and the oil business and motorcycle lawnmower shop in Tomah here. He was on the fair board for the Monroe County Fair since '68, I believe, up until his passing. He helped start the tractor pull in Norwalk, going on 58 years ago over there. And then in '76, he was the one that brought the tractor pull to Tomah. That pull grew so big that it had to have its own weekend. Tomah's been referred to as a couple different things, the granddaddy of the pulls or the Daytona. We had the experience of being pullers ourselves, so we knew how to treat the sponsors, knew how to treat everybody that came in, and how to put the pull on. A lot of the pulls across the nation changed the way of doing things to look at it the same we did, and it just brought pulling in the early '70s to what it is today. Tomah is a bucket list event for a lot of fans out there.
I wouldn't know what to do if I didn't pull. It's a way of life. It's kind of like walking.
One great family would be Robbie Lemke and his family from down in southern Wisconsin. His dad started out pulling, and Rob got into it a lot bigger than what his dad did, and now his son Esden is pulling on the national circuit and doing very well.
The first time I was scared to death. You learned how to be a doggone good driver. I'm proud of it.
I mean, that was our every weekend during the summers as we were growing up. Because I grew up with it, even on the local level, we just hopped on whatever we could and competed. And I'd go to school during the day, go work at our implement dealership in the afternoon, and then work on the pulling tractors at night. Tractor and truck pulling is a little different than the automotive motorsports. A lot of this stuff is built by the pullers themselves. They're the ones really putting it together, and that's where they take more pride, I think. When we started back in the early '70s, we started with basically it was a farm tractor. You started with a single or twin turbo setup. Technology from the early '70s to now is increased leaps and bounds. They're running mostly 3 or 4 turbos now. Everything internally on them has been redone to make it stronger and better.
Everything is custom made. Myself and my son and my dad are all machinists. You know, we have always been a team. And we make pretty much everything in the engine. Our own pistons, sleeves, rods, camshafts, lifters. Start with a 4,000-pound piece of steel and about 250 hours of machining to manufacture a block.
Tomah's a power track. It takes power to pull on Tomah tracks, so it makes it a little tougher for the competitors.
Probably one of the better tracks in the country, to be honest with you. A lot of it's the quality of dirt, and a lot of it's the people that prep it, too. You know, they've done it so long, I think this is going to be their 50th year. They've done it enough times that they know what they're doing.
It's all about the horsepower and how well you do and how well you read the track. That's where I have to admire my dad, because he knew how to read those things and taught me that over the years when I was young. Competition. It isn't all about the money, it isn't all about the hype and that. It's about families and, I guess, beating your friends out on the track and having a good time. But the better ones that run the whole circuit are running for points, so they'll be here no matter what. But we also get the ones that just want to be at Tomah and compete against the best.
And I got younger grandkids now, younger than Esden, that they're smitten by the sport pretty bad. You know, they got their bags packed for Tomah already. It was a week ago. Turned out to be a family thing, you know.
One thing we have that no other pull has, we've got a kids club. The kids come in, they can meet drivers, get autographs, t-shirts, and then they can get into the pull free and watch. We got 200-300 kids that come through there. Our future fans and our future pullers, we hope.
As a kid, you wanted to always be there and be part of it. And now we've been there for 30 years. You know, your dream kind of comes true, you know.
But Tomah as a community welcomed the pullers and the fans way different than other places. Brought our whole community together to thank everybody for being there and welcome. $15+ million drop in the community, not just the city, but countywide, and it's quite an economic impact. But if you want to see the best and most competitive guys in the world, come to Tomah.
It's time for the main event here in Tomah, Wisconsin. Pullers, start your engine. This event brings in around 60,000 people from around the world. We've got trucks, we've got tractors, we've got tractor enthusiasts, and we've got tons of spectators. It's gonna be a great day. And here with Miles, he's an announcer here at the Tomah Truck and Tractor Pull. Miles, when it comes to the sled, how does that all work?
So the sled has really been one of the biggest technological advancements in the sport of truck and tractor pulling over the course of the last, say, 2 decades. They have been working to try to allow the vehicle to go faster down the track, but bring them to a stop quicker. The whole idea is that as the vehicle goes down the track, that skid pan drags across the bottom, the weight box comes up, putting weight on the end of the sled and thus bringing it to a stop.
It's a pride thing. It's a competition. It's nothing but horsepower and competition and just family fun. You can sit in the sedans and you can feel it come up through the seats as they're pulling.
It's kind of a timing thing with RPM with your throttle and your foot. You got to bring it up to a certain amount of RPM and then you start letting your foot off the pedal and it starts making boost. It's our fishing or hunting. My wife calls it a lifestyle, but we enjoy it. It's family, very competitive, but everybody gets along very well.
There are so many options for food here. It's pretty incredible. But I think I'm gonna check out this place. It looks delicious. I'm excited for this burger.
On the grounds, we've got a lot of different wares that people sell. Food vendors, we have a midway of them, other commercial vendors.
Woo! There's some really cool vendors here at the Tractor Pull. This is the vendor swap. You got some nice wooden chairs, some custom signs, clothes, lamps, toys, some really cool knives over there. There's a lot to check out.
We do the military night on Friday night. It's a salute to the military, to the veterans. So we got to do something for them and what they've done for our country. That's Friday night along with our motorcycle parade, saluting them. We got a campground that has 450 sites, fills up every year.
It's amazing how much these people look forward to it. My father was a surveyor, so he helped lay out this campground and set up the site. Everyone wants to have a great time, and everyone's here helping each other, getting set up. If they have an issue, you know, the hose breaks on their camper, their people are helping. The campground is a very family-friendly environment, multi-generational. They're bringing their young kids. It's promising for the future, you know, of the event.
Going into our 50th year, we don't look at it as we're giving them something, they're giving us something. We're gonna try to make it as enjoyable and appreciative as we can for the fans and the pullers for those 50 years that they've given us.
It seems like a good time.
Oh, it's a great experience. Everybody should do it once in their life. You know, we find some friends, go up and meet different people. It's a good time, yes.
We got in like 3 tractors in on the first night, and I said, I'm already ready to come back next year.
We have open pits. The pullers are parked on 3 sides of our grounds, and you can walk those grounds and talk to the pullers and be up close with their competition vehicles. There's not too many places you can do that where it's that open and the pullers are willing to talk to you.
You meet so many good people. We have some of our best friends are people we've met tractor pulling, you know.
Plan to come to Tomah for our 50th because it'll be a celebration of 50 years that you've never seen before.
My husband Jim and I own and operate this marsh called Wetherby Cranberry Company. It was started in 1903, so we are way over 120 years old in business. 5 generations on this farm, which I'm very pleased and proud of. Only 3% of the nation's crop is harvested and sold as fresh fruit. Very rare. Back in 1903, this area was a lumbering area. After all the trees were cut down, they noticed wild cranberries growing in this area. So they hand-picked the fruit, put them on the railroad cars, and sent them to Chicago, where all of their friends and family were living. And the people went crazy about the cranberries. My grandfather began developing a cranberry marsh. Then after World War II, my dad came back from the war and he decided to join his father-in-law. 1972, my parents had the opportunity to buy the cranberry business from the investors. We work with the public. We can have them come out to our marsh and purchase fresh cranberries. We go to several farm markets. The big Warrens Cranberry Festival, of course, which is celebrating its 51st year, and I'm very proud to say that I am one of the founders of the Warrens Cranberry Festival many years ago.
My name is Deanna Donaldson, and I'm the president of the Warrens Cranberry Festival. I'm chief gopher. I do whatever they need me to. I've been with the festival since 1992. They had money left over from the centennial and they needed to spend it somewhere, and they thought, let's try promoting cranberries in the area because we have a lot of cranberries.
Started in 1973. Probably about 600 people or so attended the festival.
Everybody brought their hay wagons and their card tables, put stuff out, and we had a lot of people show up, and it kept going from there. It's grown exponentially.
Now, after this many years, we have anywhere from 130 to 150,000 people, and it's a 3-day festival.
So from this little teeny festival to this now, it's just really amazing. Warrens was much smaller then, and it was a really tight-knit community. I mean, I knew everybody on the street. That setting that everybody would love to have for their kids, that's what Warrens was. And it still is that kind of community. There's a lot of people that have never been in a town this small. When everybody's home, there's 550 people in town. I think our last economic statement was we bring $14.7 million into the local area and the state in the 3-day weekend. It's always a constant giving back. Everybody here, when they are walking in, they're smiling. And that is an amazing thing. This is the only chance that I would get to make 150,000 people smile. And being able to get back to your community, I wouldn't be able to donate $3 million back. But collectively, that's what we can do. It makes it worth it.
Festival is actually the kickoff to the cranberry season. As soon as the day ends with the festival and Monday things are put away, then all the growers get real busy on their personal marshes.
The hardest part about it is a lot of times you forget what you're dealing with. We're pre-planning 2 or 3 years in advance. It's a lot of hours, but we have a good time. I feed volunteers. That's probably the most time-consuming thing that I do. I love cooking, and my husband lets me do it so that I can give back to the volunteers because they deserve it all. 2 o'clock this morning, I'm up roasting a pork butt in the smoker. It's the least that I can do to pay them back for everything that they do. We have people that come from 40, 50 miles away, and they get here at 5 in the morning so that they can help park, they can help do courtesy carts. We actually have people that plan their trip from Australia up here, and they help with garbage every other year. It's a volunteer culture that we're trying to foster and grow, and we're trying to create community. Everybody can be so busy doing so many things, and they don't volunteer as often as people used to. Everybody works together because it all promotes community. If the cranberry growers do well, then the community stays strong. We take over the whole village, close down the streets, and we fill every lawn, but then we refertilize it and start again in the spring. We're extremely grateful for the community, and we couldn't do it without the volunteers and all the civic groups that help us. It's just a good time, and it's fun, and the world needs fun. I might even ride around in a chicken inflated costume this year. I don't know. Why not?
For over 50 years, Warrens, Wisconsin has been hosting the world's largest cranberry festival. And it all starts with this wonderfully delicious tart little berry.
There was only 3 fruits that were native to North America, and they were cranberries, blueberries, and Concord grapes. And for 30 years, Wisconsin has led the nation in cranberry production. The Cranberry Festival tries to emphasize the different ways that cranberry can be used in the different foods and so forth.
It's one of the most healthy things you can eat. It's got so many antioxidants in it, vitamin C, vitamin K. It's just healthy, and there's hardly any sugar in it.
There's lots of cranberry food that people don't realize about. The cranberry cream puffs that are wonderful. Cranberries on a stick. Cranberry coated ice cream bars. The local St. Andrew's Church has a pancake breakfast, and they specifically make cranberry syrup to put on the pancakes, making them into a whole cranberry sauce and putting it over ice cream. Cranberries Jubilee.
Yeah, so what's your organization?
We're a drug and alcohol recovery organization.
Called Sober Eyes.
Called Sober Eyes. We've been here locally 7 years now. We put on recovery events. We do volunteer work, give back to the community, and help give people a sense of purpose. We were asked a few years ago if we would run the coffee booth here at the Cranberry Fest, and then we've been recently asked to run the Jubilee booth. I grew up here in Warren, so Cran Fest has been with me for my entire life.
Well, this is my first year. I'm having a blast.
One of our new features the past few years is that we have dug a pit, fill it with water, dump harvested cranberries that float, and the public then can put the chest waders on, and they all bring their camera or cell phone and take their picture wading in the cranberries at the festival.
Wow, I'm a natural.
The minute you hit the parking lot, it starts. 3 miles of booths, if we put them end to end.
These are cranberries, we should get the dry cranberries.
1,400 booths. The big key is when you find something, you better buy it right then, because you'll never remember how you're going to get back to see that same thing. I know that's happened to me.
I think I found a winner. Yeah. Howdy, partner.
If you come once, you just want to come back, because you probably can't see everything in 1 year.
You're going to see things that you've never seen before, things that you can enjoy, entertainment. That's the best thing, is just watching people laugh and smile and have a good time. We have some amazing, amazing, amazing artists here that bring their handcrafted art. They can walk around, enjoy the weather, see the entertainment, see all the booths, watch a parade, and then go home with a smile on their face because they've had an absolute blast. People can go out and they can see an actual cranberry marsh, look at it, and we have an Ask a Grower, and they can stand there and answer questions. Cranberry Discovery Center is down there with the Cranberry Cafe museum that tells about the local history. Everybody works together because it all promotes community. If the cranberry growers do well, then the community stays strong.
Whether you come for the crafts, the food, or to experience the rich history of the Wisconsin cranberry harvest, this one-of-a-kind festival is a celebration of a community that is rooted in tradition and a great reminder of all the beauty and bounty that our wonderful state of Wisconsin has to offer.